Hello everybody, this is me, Simply Velka, and thank you for checking out this pick a card video. And in this pick a card is touching on love, and love specifically for people that are single. I specify people that are single just because I want to actually do a separate pick a card for people that are in relationships so they can have insight on that. But love is a subject that everyone is always interested in. It's one of the most popular subjects and things that I'm always asked to read for my clients, and it's something that I personally ask for in specific as well when I get my readings done by the people that I trust, right? It's a subject that it interests everybody. It's something that everyone always is seeking. Well, I don't want to say always is seeking, but it's something that crosses everyone's mind at some point in their life, right? They always want to know when are they going to find the one. So in this pick a card, I wanted to specify for singles just because it just hones in on that kind of energy, so I don't have to go speak in such broad terms. So I really wanted to have this reading provided for people that cannot really necessarily afford having a love reading done for them, but they want still some general insight. But yeah, I really wanted to do this pick a card in specific just because it is so popular with my clients and something that people pay a lot of money for. So I wanted to also, provide this for people that are not able to afford to have like a love reading done specifically by me or whoever the reader is that they are interested or trusting into having their reading, their energies read by, right? Yeah, so to no longer prolong this introduction, let's just get into the pile so we can get your reading started. Pile number 1 is a citrine vial. Pile number 2 is a moonstone vial. Pile number 3 is blue topaz. Pile number 4 is rose quartz. So those are the piles, and what I want you guys to first and foremost do before you choose your pile is to really clear your mind and meditate on this. I'm going to hit the singing bowl and have a few moments of silence, and once the singing bowl stops, open your eyes and see which pile is drawing to you the most. Once you choose your specific pile, so let's just say that you chose blue topaz, that's going to be marked as pile number 3. In the description box below, I always put the timestamps, and sometimes as well our community puts the timestamps in the comments section as well, because some people have some difficulty finding it in the description. So you can go down there, find your timestamp, go click on that, and go straight to your reading. So let's just get started. I'm excited. Open your eyes and find your pile. Once you pick your pile, then click the timestamp, and let's just get your reading started. Alright, people who chose pile number 1, the citrine vial. You already know, if you are familiar with my channel at all, that citrine is my favorite stone. And I recently got all these crystal vials from my last crystal excursion when I went up into Vancouver. But yeah, let's just get your love reading started on what you guys can expect. Let's see. This is very interesting for you guys because so let's just get started with what's calling to me the most right now is the 6 of water card, and I'm going to put it up on the screen for you guys. It says memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, romanticizing the past. Now, first and foremost, I feel like for some people, the past needs to have a call out for you guys. This is really talking about people who you guys are kind of... The romanticizing the past part is what's really calling out to be the most to really address, is that before you guys are going to be receptive to love, you guys need to really come to peace with your past. So whether this is talking about your ex, or past relationships, whether it's just your own, things that have happened in the past that kind of like guarded you or made you more cold towards people. You can't really attract people if you have this cold exterior, hardened exterior that you developed because of your past. But let's entertain the thought process first and foremost. I want to touch on everything, get all the bases included. For people that have their exes that this is talking about, if everyone has those bad relationships. Well, I don't want to say everybody. There are some of those lucky people that have like their first relationship is their happily ever after. But for the rest of us here, Um, we have some questionable exes, right? Sometimes some traumatic things can happen where our actions are, we develop actions, habits, thought process, how we handle certain situations, trust issues, PTSD, because of these past relationships. Because, when you open yourself up to somebody and you trust them and they betray that in such an intimate way, it's not even just on the level of a friendship at that point. When you're in a relationship with someone, it really exposes such intimate sides of yourself that you don't expose to a lot of people. And when they break that trust, it really can impact you if you are not confident in yourself. Because the thing that a lot of people always do, myself included, I've always been trying to work on it, especially recently with my journey, is we always try to internalize everything. We internalize everything that happens to us because, this is our reality. And that's all we know the perspective of and from is our reality. And we kind of sometimes forget that everyone else is also having their own reality in the same perspective that we're having, just from their own eyes, but they don't understand everybody else just as like we don't understand. Y'all get what I'm saying. I know y'all get it. So we always kind of forget that people just have their own insecurities as well, their own anxieties and their own problems, their own traumas, their own struggles. And I bring this up because, it's easy to, when you realize that these people, how their actions, your exes that do these things, when you realize it's nothing to do with you, it's not the flaws in your own character, it's nothing that you did wrong, then you become at peace with those exes. Don't let your exes pay for your next, right? Don't let your ex pay for your next. It's not fair to the next person that you're going to be with, to suffer the consequences of and pay the price of what your ex did. They're a different person entirely. So that's really what Six of Water is trying to call you guys out on first, is to really come to peace with your past, so that when you welcome love into your life again, you are able to be receptive of it. That's the only time that you're going to be able to have that successful relationship that it is that you're seeking. You can't go into the relationship harboring past baggage. Erykah Badu says it best. She sings Bag Lady in the song Bag Lady. She talks about no one wants to deal with your baggage. If you're carrying all this baggage, they're gonna see that baggage and just go on. They're gonna see that baggage that you're carrying, and then they're gonna be like, no, I don't want to mess with that. I already have my own baggage to deal with. I don't want to deal with all that baggage, and they're gonna keep it moving. So I know you chose this video, chose this pick a card because you want some insight on love. You're looking for some hope on love, and that's kind of the honest, brutal truth that I can give to you guys. I feel like it's necessary for you guys to have for your next relationship. It's kind of my responsibility to be this blunt with you guys, as much as it might hurt for some of y'all to hear about it. It's never a good thing to realize that we're stopping ourselves from experiencing the love that we feel like we deserve. Moving on from Six of Water, that was a lot for you guys to really take in, right? Let's continue on. Let's go with the next one that I kind of want to start with, Seven of Water as well. You guys have Six of Water where the card kind of told y'all off on where you guys need to improve on, and the first step that you guys need to take before you even welcome a relationship in. Then you have the Seven of Water, a complex decision, the need to do research, and to stop procrastinating. So really what this card is talking about for you guys, and how this is kind of regarding in your love life, is that you guys are, I feel like a lot of people in pile number one, you guys kind of, it goes with the past part where you have this hardened exterior, because of the past experiences, past traumas that you guys have experienced. And then you have also and that's like one layer that you need to break down. Then you have this other layer that you need to break down, where it's just like, you know, some of you guys are just like saying, it's just like, oh, I don't, in my next relationship, I don't want to be in my next relationship until I'm at a certain credit score. I don't, until like I'm at a certain weight, until my career is at this level, or you've attained a certain level of success or wealth. You guys are using that as your landmark before you are even making yourself open or receptive to love, and it doesn't really quite make sense for you guys. That's kind of why I struggle even with talking about this for you guys, because it's like, well, you guys obviously want love, and that's why y'all obviously picked this pick a card. Y'all obviously want love, but you at the same time acknowledge you don't want love until you finished these things. You reach that benchmark that you put for yourself. And the thing is, I kind of want to remind you guys of, and some of you guys may not even be consciously aware that you're doing this until right now, where I'm like calling you out on it. This is unexpectedly calling you guys out a lot. And pile number one is that you guys want this love. You have to acknowledge this, like y'all's needs are right under this benchmark here that you guys are setting. But you have to acknowledge that you're setting that benchmark. You're the one that is choosing to say that you are not someone that's worthy of being loved or acknowledged until you attain this level of a benchmark, this level of success, this level of weight, this number of weight, whatever this is, whatever this benchmark is. You're the one that made that rule. No one else. There's no rule out there there's nothing that told you that benchmark had to be right here. So you're in complete control. And if you want that relationship, you have the full power of moving that benchmark down and meeting it with your desire of love, and making it so that your desire to be in a relationship is higher or at equal grounding to your benchmark. And honestly, I don't even know why y'all even need a benchmark in the first place. You know, this benchmark's not even mandatory. You know, there's no reason we get so caught up in feeling like we need to be at this certain levels before we attain whether it's love or anything like that. And it's silly, because it's like you don't have to have a benchmark in the first place. There's no need for it at all. It's really our ego that we're choosing to have this benchmark, because our ego is telling us to be, it's just like, oh, you only want to be perceived in a certain kind of way by anyone in the future, by the person that's going to be loving you. You know, this, you have to realize and come to terms with the ego that it's just like, how is your feeding your ego worth not being in love sooner? That's pretty much what Seven of Water is talking about for you guys. But once you guys do address this, once you guys do address the Six of Water and the Seven of Water, I see a lot of good for you guys. We have the Shock of the New card. The Shock of the New card signifies for me is like, you guys are not going to expect when it's coming. You guys are not going to see it coming at all. So you guys are going to be in a very unlikely situation for when it happens. So for some of y'all, I know, and I'm going to give y'all the heads up, because I wish people would give me the heads up. If I had, I would appreciate this heads up as well. It's like, when if you are invited somewhere and your friend invites you somewhere and you decide to go, but they don't tell you that there's like all these different attractive people or someone that you kept your eye on that's going to actually be there. But so you end up looking a lot grungier than you normally would if you knew that they were coming. This is kind of that vibe. So what I would suggest for you guys is, if you guys are going out in any time, people always say, it's just like, I always say this too, I'm guilty of it. I'm always saying I will go out and wearing my pajamas, going to Walmart, and I'm just like, who am I trying to impress at Walmart? Well, for you guys, the Shock of the New card, obviously, this is not me saying that y'all are gonna meet your one true love at Walmart, but it's kind of that vibe, right? It's kind of telling you, it's just like, I'm giving you the heads up that just like, don't be that person that says like, who am I trying to impress at X, Y, and Z, and you just kind of dress down, you don't bother because you don't think you're going to find anybody that's like, that you would want to attract there in that environment. This is me giving you that heads up, and you can listen to me or not. It's just like, hey, maybe you want to consider dressing up. Maybe you just want to put a little bit of blush on, a little bit of chapstick on, and try a little bit when you go to Walmart instead, because you might that might be where you find the one. If this is the Shock of the New card, is really letting me know that you guys are, you're not going to find them at like a place that you would expect them to find them at, like a bar or dating site or something like that. It's going to be somewhere that you just really won't anticipate. Now, for you guys as well, the positive things continue. You know, after you're kind of getting the rewards of once you address the Six of Water and the Sun of Water. You have the Page of Fire, and the Page of Fire says news of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. So this card is telling you just like be yourself. You know, when you acknowledge the past, you do the work that Six of Water tells you, and you're not trying to change yourself. This person is coming to you because of how you are as a person. So this is your opportunity. You know, you're with your exes. Some of the mistakes that you may have done is that you weren't living your most authentic self. Some of you may be having those, you know, this card is telling you is that it's like, hey, like, this is your chance to really, like, this person coming into your life, they're going to really appreciate who you are as a character. So if you think you're a little bit weird, if you know, they're going to be like able to basically appreciate your quirks. So whether your quirk is like, you know, you may have like a speech impediment or like an accent, or, you know, you may like have you may like talk to spirit guides and demons and stuff like that. You know, they're gonna be the kind of person that can like they may not understand it though, but there be like that's something that they will find endearing about you, if endearing is the right word that I want to say. And it goes along with that excitement. There's like with the shock of the new. This is gonna be with this card with a lot of fire energy. With this, like, this is overall, like, I feel like this next relationship for you guys is going to be pretty explosive, which is exciting, right? And the Nine of Water, this is another very positive card for you guys. Your wishes come true, concerns fade away in a love life. And for this one to come through, I kind of feel like I get the vibe for you guys that this is going to be for a little bit long term. Very long term for a lot of you guys. Very, you know, people, this is like, I want to say this would be like the one, as corny as that might sound, this might be like the one for you guys. And that's why, yeah, I would argue to say that this is like for people in pile number one, this is like your next relationship is going to be either it's going to be a long-lasting relationship. I'm not going to promise for all of you guys that's going to be like a relationship that's like for the rest of your life. I feel like that's something I can't really judge unless I go into y'all's like a specific reading that's going into y'all's relationship in specific. I feel like it's too vague to really say that in a general pick a card reading. But the two things that I feel important to know, we have finally, with all that good as well, we have number 37, lavender, aragonite. I don't know how to say it, but what this stone represents is keeping true to yourself. So what, you know, for example, I speak better in analogies. I don't know why I can't speak today. Because let's go along with the analogy that I said before with the shock of the new. You know, you may not anticipate that somebody like that you feel like is out of your league approaching you and trying to hit you up and, you know, actually is genuinely interested in a relationship with you, and because you feel like they are out of your league perhaps, or that you're not deserving of love, you or that you're unlovable unless you change or a certain way, you shift your personality a little bit, and that's why the Page of Fire kind of like pushed using your originality. This is kind of telling you, it's just like, don't lose yourself in this. Don't feel like one of the habits you guys need to improve on is to not lose yourself and live your most authentic version of yourself when you're, no matter where you are, just because the only way for you guys to have a thriving relationship is if you stop this habit of feeling like you need to alter yourself a little bit to get along with people. Though I feel like that kind of is like, the advice is kind of like going outside of just like a love in general reading for you guys, but I feel pushed to say for you guys that you guys like to embrace yourselves a lot more. You give yourselves a lot more credit than you guys don't give yourself enough credit. Maybe I would suspect that in your past, maybe in your past relationships, or in your past in general, you were devalued and you weren't able to really appreciate how wonderful you are, or you lost the sense of how wonderful you are because of your past. Really come to terms with that and really accept yourself fully so that someone else can accept you fully. And that's the only way that you're going to be able to really have a thriving relationship, is when you are your most authentic self, because that's the only time that these experiences are going to really have something be fulfilling for you. And for your last card, there's the new moon in Gemini. Communication is key. So for you guys, finally, for you guys, this is a push for you guys to be a little bit more bold. I know this is not something that a lot of people want to hear about, but for some of you guys, I feel like you guys this is a push for you guys to be the initiator. No one wants to be the one that initiates and puts themselves out there for a potential relationship. Everyone wants to be pursued, right? It's a lot easier. It's a lot safer to be the one pursued, right? But for some of you guys, for a lot of you guys, people in pile number 1, I feel like it's essential for you guys to put yourself out there, make it known. Even if you're not pursuing actively, make it known, be flirty. You don't, have it be, the only way even to be pursued is if you make it known to other people that you are open to being flirted with. So a lot of people don't make moves because they're unsure if they're even single or not, or if they're going to be receptive of it or not. Think about it from, if you want to have people approach you, think about it in when would be the time that you would approach somebody, right? So think about it from, if the roles were reversed, the only time you would approach somebody that was interested in you, the only time that you would approach somebody is if you knew that they were interested in you, or they were giving you some kind of vibe, right? You don't want to you wouldn't want to put yourself out there to somebody that's in a corner, being a wallflower, not talking to anybody, and just giving no reaction, giving no emotion, right? You have to make you would only want to open yourself up to someone that's a little bit more talkative, more open, that's willing to make eye contact with you. So make it easier for people to connect with you, to be able to open up the possibility to be in a relationship. So that's what I get for you guys in pile number 1. I hope this resonated with you guys. Overall, I'm really excited for you guys. This is unexpectedly a reading for pile number 1, of really a wake-up call for you guys to figure out what it is that you guys need to a lot of self-improvement. That advice was given for you guys, but the self-improvement was pushed for you guys because you guys have such a wonderful potential relationship coming up that's going to be long-term and impactful for a lot of you guys. So it's worth it in the end, but the only way to have this kind of relationship is if you're willing to put in the work, which I suspect that you would, if that's why you pick this picker card, right? Because you want to start taking your love life a little bit more seriously. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for checking out this picker card. If you would like to have an in-depth personal reading with me, I do offer personal readings. I have everything down in the description box below. I also have my email, and you can email me. I always love hearing from you guys. And yeah, let me know in the comments below how this resonated with you. Which card did you feel the most? And yeah, I just love connecting with you guys. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe. And yeah, I can't wait to hear from you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Alright, people who chose pile number 2, the Moonstone Vial. Let's see what we have for you guys. Pile number 1, guys. I'm so excited for them. I mean, you guys are more than welcome to check out their pile if you want, but they were called out. If everyone else's pile is pile number 1, then yeah, this is gonna be very interesting. But Alright, I really needed a moment to really process pile number 2's reading, because you guys had a lot going on, and I think I understand the message that's trying to come through to you guys first and foremost. Firstly, what I think you guys need to do, and this is funny because this is similar to pile number one, where they first needed to work on themselves a little bit before they the relationship comes in, and that's kind of similar for you guys as well, is to handle the negativity. And it's interesting how there's this may not make sense to a lot of people, especially if you have the Dorian Virtue deck, but I've been working with this deck for so long now. I have like my own language with it. And when I see a bunch of air cards coming from the Dorian Virtue deck, I usually signal that as something with sadness, something with turmoil, something, and it doesn't make sense to any. I know it may not make sense to people, but that's just one of those things. It's one of those signals for me, how I communicate with this deck. And also even with some of your other cards, are reflective of this as well. One of these cards signify with air, and then we have the black tourmaline. A black tourmaline that deals with negativity. That's like the first thing that comes to mind anytime someone wants protection from negativity, because black tourmaline like sucks that in, right? And you always want to keep, in my opinion, everyone needs to have black tourmaline in their life, but that's a completely different subject. But for you guys, before you welcome love into your life, you guys need to handle your business first. And so let's just get this started. I'm gonna be jumping around a little bit for you guys, but with 5 of air, we have an unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation and review everyone's motives. So this one, first and foremost, this card is talking about handling your business, handling the relationships that no longer serve you anymore and that are doing nothing but bringing you down. So before you welcome in new relationships into your life, get rid of the bad. Think of your life as a pie chart, and if 80% of your pie chart is sliced into negativity, that things that are no longer serving you, then you can only have 20% that's allocated to things that you enjoy. So really, before you welcome into a new love into your life, you want to have a lot more than that 20% allocated towards that. So you basically need to be doing some spring cleaning. Spring clean the relationships that no longer serve you. This can be family, maybe even cutting ties with past exes. If you're still communicating with your exes, you need to cut that off before you open yourself up to a new relationship, because it's not fair to the new people. And just handling those people, it's important to cut these people off, because you don't want to have any drama, especially early on in relationships. And I feel like this is going to be, for this to come up, I feel like this is also kind of like I know this is pertaining to love, but this is kind of also like a heads up. I normally wouldn't tell people this, but I feel like for you guys it's kind of relevant. It's just like, this is kind of like a heads up as well. It's just like, if you keep on continuing having these negative people into your life, as a side note, by the way, like, relationship aside, put a pin on it for a moment, but if you guys continue having these relationships are no longer serving you, for this to come up in your love reading, this is letting you know that these relationships that are no longer serving you, it's going to start bringing some drama into your life. I say this because it's going to be drama, because for this to impact a future relationship to be coming, that means that in the future, these people that these relationships are no longer serving you, are going to be affecting your relationship with them, whether directly or indirectly, just by having all that stress, and that you have to deal with all that energy, that relationship, and not have time for the new love in your life. So that's a quick side note for you guys, is that, and really just advice in general. Love aside, handle your past relationships, because past relationships, intimate or otherwise, friendships that are no longer serving you, because you're going to be dealing with it later down the road. So that's a quick side note, but to get back onto the subject with love, and how this is pertaining to your relationship, that's what you firstly need to address first and foremost. And then we have the Page of Air, and the Page of Air is challenging information, delays or changes to plans, and truth delivered without tact. So a little bit truth delivered without tact, being honest with those people that you are connecting with that no longer serve you. So you can just be real with them, be like, hey, this relationship's no longer serving me. That if this is dealing with an ex, you're like, we did it, we tried it, no hard feelings, let's just move on. I'm gonna move on, let's you move on as well, so we can be ready for our next relationship with the new people into our lives. And also with this just being delivered without text, like if it's just with friendships, like, hey, this was no longer working out, let's move on from this. Basically cut out any potential drama that could happen, so that way this new relationship that comes, you can give it your full energy. And that's what this relationship deserves, is your full energy, because this is going to be an impactful relationship, an important relationship for you guys. But for this to come through, you guys need to handle your stuff first and foremost. But I don't want that to be something that brings everybody down or like scares them, because there's a lot of positivity in this reading as well. We just have to first handle what you can do first to be more receptive to the love that's coming into your life. Okay, so this is still a very positive reading, so bear with me. We have the Six of Air, and this is, this goes along with it. Things are looking up. Told you. The end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So how this is, this is telling you, it's just like, hey, once you release this negative energy, once you make that 80%, 30%, that means you have like what, 50% more 50% to welcome into this new energy, to welcome in new things, to fill up your 50% of energy that you can put into this relationship. And ideally you want to clear out your entire space of like all stresses, so you can have all your energy for it. But that's just baby steps, right? Some people are not ready to cut out all the relationships that are no longer serving them. For you guys, the Six of Air, this is just the confirmation things are looking up for you guys. Once you clear this negativity, you're going to see like the light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to understand it very quickly. You might go through a little bit of turmoil, a little bit, but I don't even see it for long. I feel like it's maybe last like a week or two, and then you'll be over it, because the good things are coming. You're already going to be able to see how the positive things are looking up very quickly. What you want, this card right here, number 16, what you want wants you. So this is giving you a confirmation that it's just like, you don't have to settle, don't feel like you have to settle. But you also have to come in with the proper mindset, because I did call out you guys earlier in this reading. It's like you guys have to fix your mindset as well, and your approach on relationships, your approach on people. Maybe you're a little bit too harsh on some things, but this is also like, this card here is just letting you know that good things are coming for you. Things that you want to, the things that you're wanting to accomplish, the people that you're wanting to attract, it's possible for you. The blue moon, believe in the impossible. This is telling you, is just like, have faith. Don't be a sourpuss about love anymore. Have faith. Like, I feel like there's some people who are hopeless romantics, and they've been hopeless romantics for so long, and that they've had such bad experiences with love that they've kind of been sour to love now. Someone in the past ruined love for them. This is kind of the telling you, just like, snap out of it. Keep black tourmaline on you. That's why the black tourmaline came up, is like, for you guys, is like, handle your negativity. This is your negative thoughts, your negative approach. Really handle it, because this, for you guys to attract love, you really want to come at the highest vibrational point, so that people of the same vibration or higher see you and are attracted to you. No one wants to be attracted to someone that's like in a corner and just being a negative like Nancy at all. Like, it's not attractive. If we're just being 100% real, it's never attractive to just be like be a pessimist. Yeah, that's really what I get for you guys in pile number 2, is just like, fix your mindset, fix your space, keep it. Remember what I said before about the negative people, even outside of relationship aside. I really get a warning. This is a warning sign for you guys. Like, those who are keeping relationships are no longer serving them, and they just really don't even like the person that they're talking to, but they keep them in their lives, or the people are just like, I don't know. I just really I feel pushed to say like one last reminder for you guys, that is just like, evaluate and assess who the people is that are in your space. whether you feel like you're keeping them at arm's length or not, that doesn't matter. Just they still can be dangerous and still be harmful and still bring some drama to you even at arm's length. You want to just completely kick them out of your house. You want to just tell them to move to the porch, kick them off the property. But yeah, I love you guys so much. But overall, I would tell you guys, if there was something negative for your coming relationship, but I really see positivity, but it's not going to come until you guys fix your mindset, fix your space. Once you have the space that is productive, conducive to a relationship, that's when the relationship will come. And that relationship will come in tenfold. It will blow you away. What you want wants you. That's literally what this card says. And believe in the impossible. These cards coming together in the same reading is very powerful. So it's an exciting time for you guys. Your next relationship is very exciting, but you have to handle this first. Handle all these cards first. Handle your space. But overall, I'm pretty excited for you guys. It's good. It's good. I know there's a lot of lessons in this reading, but be hopeful of the future, because positive, I guess, is really what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I love you guys so much. If you guys want an in-depth reading, one-on-one reading with me, I do offer personal readings. I'll put my information down in the description box below. I also have my personal email that I not personal, but I have an email that you guys can email me on. I love hearing from you guys. And if this reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments, like and subscribe. Let me know which card resonated with you. Let me know how it felt with you guys, and what steps you guys are going to do to heed the reading itself. I just love hearing from you guys, so I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you so much for participating in this, and I hope to have some more reading content out for you guys soon. Love you guys so much. Goodbye. Alrighty, people in pile number 3, we have the blue topaz. Let's just get right into your reading and to see what is in store for you guys. Okay, pile number 3, your guys' cards are very... Y'all's next relationship is going to be very passionate, very explosive. Is really kind of what I'm getting. I say this because of the number 48, Eye of the Storm. Eye of the Storm talks usually about traumas and stuff like that, but for this, I really don't get that vibe. That's usually what Eye of the Storm. That's what the Eye of the Storm represents in this type of, for the deck in this. But I really don't get it for you guys. For you guys, it's just you guys have how this is correlating. Bear with me, I'm going to be all over the place, but you guys quite literally, I just now noticed the Lover's card for Archangel Raphael, and that's obviously such a good card for you guys to get considering what this pick a card topic is. It says intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, and good health. For you guys to get this card is kind of a signal for that you guys are going to be getting expect seeing someone soon, so keep your eyes peeled when you guys start going out right now. You guys are going to be running into your person pretty soon, so have faith. But there's going to be some shifts that you need to do for this love to come into path, because you guys are it's like you're going this way and you guys are going to be meeting each other, but you have to turn a little bit. We have the adjustments are acquired, third quarter moon. Adjustments are acquired in your path taking for you to line up with your lover. Where you guys are looking for love, basically you guys are looking in the wrong places. You guys are expecting love in the wrong places. You guys are not in a conducive spot for where your next relationship needs to go. Your next relationship, for some of you guys, I feel like you need to your next relationship is going to be with somebody. I'm sorry, I'm trying to process what I'm getting. You guys, We're going to be having something where what you guys are feeling, what you're passionate about the most, what's like taking up a lot of your life, what your life revolves around. So if your life revolves around like fashion, for example, or spirituality, choose spirituality. If spirituality is your really big passion of yours, you need to find love in environments that are spirituality is conducive to that. So that way the person that you're with can see you. So like basically what I'm trying to say is that I've been struggling trying to say is like you're looking for love in the wrong places. So like even though you're a spiritual person, your life revolves around spirituality, and you go to a bar to meet somebody, that's not someone that's meant to be with you, right? That's not to say that people who are spiritual don't go to bars, but you want to find somebody that's into spirituality, then the best way to find someone that's into spirituality is you go to a place where spiritual people would be. Go to a metaphysical store, go to a crystal store. That's where you'll run into your lover, and they won't have you waiting for long, right? When you start taking action towards like adjusting, you're gonna run into them pretty quickly. So don't feel like it's gonna be like a long-term thing, or where you feel like you have to go to like every single metaphysical store. Granted, you shouldn't be feeling like you have to like look up all the metaphysical stores in a 100-mile radius and go to all of them, but don't feel like you're gonna be like being ridiculous going to like a crystal store like once a week and like for like years and feel like it's gonna be hopeless. You're gonna run into them quickly, but you're gonna find love quickly once you put yourself start looking for love in the right places. That's really all it's trying to say. I don't know why I struggled so much. The card I pulled for you guys as well is the Harp card, great happiness. So yeah, find what makes you happy. So if animals make you happy, go to the zoo. Go to those little cat shops, that recently in my town, they're actually going to be opening a cat tea place where you can just order like tea drinks, and play with cats that you can adopt basically. But that's a different subject. But yeah, go to places that make you happy, and that's where you're going to attract the person that's meant to be with you. You're just going to be disappointed. Why you're disappointed now, and you feel like no one's attracted to you because you're not looking for love in the right places, basically. I'm going to stop harping on that. I feel like you guys get it now for that. But, to confirm it a little bit more, we have the going beyond normal. This is talking about, maybe you have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit more. What makes you happy, best way to be seen. So it's just like, for example, if you're into spirituality, you have a passion for tarot. Why don't you offer your services to do readings at a metaphysical store, so that way you are sitting down somewhere and you're always running into people, whoever goes into this metaphysical store, you can offer readings to them, and that's how you build connection. That's quite frankly a really good way to meet a lot of new people, because you're going to be throughout the day you're going to just be giving out readings for a bunch of different people, or just getting out of your comfort zone and just looking up online or seeing what events are going around town and just putting yourself out there a little bit. How you're going to find your lover is really putting in that extra mile. You're not going to just find them sitting at home, basically. You're not going to find them online. You're going to find them actively in person. So if you're used to like an online relationship sort of thing, or if you are like searching through like a Tinder app, or like online, or like Plenty of Fish, whatever it is, OkCupid, Match.com, you're not going to find them there. You're not going to find them from the comfort of your home. You're going to have to be a little bit uncomfortable, put yourself out there, be seen. That's the only way people are going to see you, is if you are seen in the first place. Something that some of y'all may not be happy to hear about. But if you're clicking this video and getting this reading, you're wanting love. So that's me telling you. It's just like, if you want your lover, you have to put yourself out there. Four of Earth. Four of Earth talks about being too frivolous or too cautious with money. Good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate. So for you guys, I want to say, in the spirit of what I was taught for the rest of your cards, maybe volunteer a little bit. with the giving to less fortunate, maybe not giving to those less fortunate, maybe of your time, something where you're actively doing something, because you're not gonna, I mean, keep in mind, it's just like, obviously, like, I guess you can if you want to donate to different charities, but like, you're not gonna meet anybody by going online and donating $5 or however much to like someone's GoFundMe or like a charity of some sort. You still want to be, it's important to, when you are giving to those less fortunate, giving your time to those are less fortunate. So going to like a soup kitchen, this is the holiday season right now when this is being uploaded, though I guess it doesn't matter really, but during the holiday season, go to like soup kitchens and feed the homeless people. That's where you will, maybe when you're volunteering, you'll run into them there. Really just putting yourself out there and doing things that would be conducive of running into good people, right? You're obviously going to run into some good people if you're volunteering, because you're just going to meet other people who also are willing to volunteer their time to help other people and to feed the hungry. And that just sounds so wholesome and so wonderful. So why wouldn't you want to do that, right? Being too frivolous or too cautious with your money. Maybe that's kind of like a call out for you guys of like, if you don't go out all that often and because you feel like it's too expensive, view it as like an investment for your love life, right? View it as like an investment rather than it being a waste of money, because it's not a waste of money, because if you find your lover, then it's gonna work out. So stop stressing about the money aspect of it. Obviously, this is not saying to like go take a vacation if you don't have the money to afford it, but like, you can afford like having like saving like $50 to go out on a once a week or something like that. I don't know. Just make time and be willing to invest in being seen, right? To have this relationship. So maybe even buying yourself new outfits and stuff, that plays a part in it as well. To attract this person, you have to be attractive as well. Buy new clothes. So you start feeling better about yourself, and you have and once you start feeling better about yourself, you carry yourself in a different way. People are more interested. So it's really about investing in yourself, for attracting that love, to really putting yourself out there. To get into that next relationship, you're gonna have to spend a little bit of money. So don't, this is not the time to be frivolous, basically. That I really did not need to harp on that too much. But then for your last card, we have 10 of Water, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met, and trustworthy relationships. So this is a wonderful card for you guys to get, because this is confirming, this is kind of giving detail of a little sneak peek on what to expect with you, who it is that you're coming with. And this maybe help for you guys who are being frivolous with your money to really view it as an investment, because this lover of yours, they're going to be able to, this is telling you just like your emotional needs and material needs are met. So money wise, financial wise, you're not going to be struggling. So don't worry about investing this money into it, because you're going to be getting it back tenfold and getting your emotional needs met, and your material needs are going to be met. So it's really, you're not losing anything out of it, basically, right? And to have trustworthy relationships, this is something that you can trust. So that's like a big relief. So that being, for some people, they don't want to get into relationships because they're afraid of investing a bunch of time into people and it being a waste of time. This person's not going to be a waste of time. This is right now really overall, I keep using the term investment for you guys, and just because I feel like you guys need to be like, for you guys in pile number 3, you guys need to really see it in that way of being like, you're investing in your future. This is going to add to your future. This person coming into your guys' life is going to add to your life tenfold. They're going to, compared to like some of y'all's past relationships, maybe they didn't really play an active role into your life or add any value into your life. This person's going to add a lot of value into your life in a lot of different ways. So yeah, be excited. This is a very exciting time for you. I'm definitely interested to hear your guys' feedback on this, and definitely I feel like you guys are going to be the first pile that lets me know like how everything works out, because with the Lovers card coming in for you guys, that's a sign that you guys are going to be getting into a relationship pretty soon. So yeah, that's all the cards that I have for you guys. If you're interested, I do also offer personal readings. I'll put that all in the description box below, and I have I have an email that you can email me, because I always love hearing from you guys, and we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, right? You can even talk about, once this relationship comes into fruition, you can just email me, let me know how it is that you found them. But yeah, if this reading resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what part of this reading resonated with you. What card resonated with you? What did I say that resonated with you? Let's have a conversation. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope this brought you guys some clarity. Until next time, bye guys. All right, people in pile number 4, the last pile, the rose quartz vial. I'm like losing my voice here. I've been speaking so much, but let's see what you guys have. Pile number 4 coming for you guys. Okay. For all the cards, I'm not really getting a relationship vibe coming in for you guys right now. This isn't to say that you guys are not going to be in a relationship, but right now for you guys, this is more so, I feel like you guys are dealing with a lot right now. I say this because, there's just so much that calls to me for this. So for those that do choose to stay and to hear me out, and to, this still has a purposeful message. We have the end of a tough cycle approaches for full moon in Capricorn. This is talking, for you guys are dealing with stuff in your life right now. This should be the focus for you guys. It plays a part as well with the number 49 graphic smoky quartz. This talks about self. So I feel like for you guys have to during this time, you guys kind of have to be your own best friend for a little bit. You guys have to be comfortable with the self and learn to be comfortable being by yourself a little bit. And some of you guys may already be, but right now for you guys, I don't really see a relationship. I see you guys coming into more as a person first, because the people that are coming in for you guys, they're not worth coming in until you're more full as a person. I only say this not because to say that you guys are not worthy of a relationship, but the quality, when you are, this should be seen as a positive thing, because the people that are coming into your life that would be for a relationship, they're going to be of a higher quality that you need to kind of go through like an upgrade of a sense. And that's why you guys, they're in pile number 4, that are going through a lot. This is kind of like your upgrade in a sense, dealing with all these different lessons, because you have to be at a certain point, certain mindset, a certain vibration before you're ready for your next relationship. Usually this will happen when someone is about to just what's the word for it that I really want to put? I don't want to say like upgrade in life, because that just sounds so corny and ridiculous, but I mean this in a sense that it's just the standard of people is going to be raised. The bar is going to be raised by you. So maybe before you used to be okay with dealing with people that were like maybe like bad boys, for example, but now instead of being attracted to like bad boys or like whatever, I say bad boys, but I mean obviously not just guys, but like guys or girls who are just kind of like unstable with their life and not much security, and kind of flow with the wind, maybe more of a party scene kind of people, to going through life a little bit. When you're going through this trying time, for you guys are going through these trying times, it hardens you a little bit, it matures you a little bit. So instead of being with these immature people, or people that like to party a little bit more, and that's not to say people who party are immature, but you're going to be with someone that's more stable, someone that has a 9-to-5 job, who is that kind of person that just would rather watch Netflix than go out and party. They're I feel like the people more grounding force. So for you guys, usually I went on such a tangent for you guys, but you guys are going through, basically how this is all correlating is, view this time that you guys are going through as a way of molding you to be a better version of yourself, so you can be more receptive to higher quality people. After the storm, you have number one. After the storm, that's when everything starts falling into place for you. So after you deal with the storm, it's very interesting how this is all playing out. So you have the end of a tough cycle. This is talking a lot about endings. So really, I don't want to say that you guys don't have, you'll know when your next relationship is coming is when everything starts coming to an end in terms of like the trying times. So like there's a lot of ending coming to forward. So it's just like once everything starts settling down for you guys, that is when the person's coming in. That's when your next relationship is coming in. Right now your life is too hectic that I'm getting for someone coming in right now. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. I don't see a relationship coming in because some people's tough cycle may be ending in a week from now. Some people's tough cycle may be a month from now. So I can't really give a specific pinpoint of when your relationship is coming. That's really what I mean by this. But you'll know once your cycle is done, once your lessons are done. We always, when people say it's just like, it always seems like once, like when it rains it pours. It's pouring right now, but after that storm, that's when the good stuff happens. That's when the relationship happens. So I did say that there was some positive to this, so don't give up on me, right? The cards have they have their way. So let's go on with your next card, right? Let's do Two of Air. So Two of Air talks about being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, and pretending there is no problem. So for you guys, this card is coming forward. For some people, this is important because in order for the cycle to end for some people, you have to acknowledge that there was a cycle there to begin with. So this kind of has to be, you have to be honest with yourself. Keep yourself accountable to the things that you're doing yourself. If your problems are, your tough cycle is, if you are going through a lot of drama in your life right now, maybe some of that drama, if some people like to deal with their drama head on. Some people just like to avoid the drama and just be like, pretend it's not happening. And by pretending it's not happening, you're just delaying it, basically. Don't delay these problems because they're gonna be there. Whether you pretend they're there or not, they're there, they're present. And they're gonna stay there until you address it. This card is telling you just like, address those problems. This is telling you, it's making sense. These three cards are telling you, it's just like, hey, once it's all over, it's all worth it in the end because you're going to be in a wonderful, thriving relationship. So stop pretending that there's a problem. Address the problem. It's okay that there's a problem. It's okay that that you need to do some improving. It's okay that you're gonna make it out. Stop pretending that there's not a problem because you don't want to, because it stresses you out, because you want to think about it. Yeah, that's really what this card is about. It's just like evaluating everything that's going on in your life and just like stop like pretending it's no longer a problem. Just face the problem head on now. Face the problem head on, face your issues head on, face things that you, even if it's like if you are that problem, if your mind's the problem, if maybe you have to improve yourself a little bit. Graphy Smoky Quartz, it talks about trauma and just keeping yourself accountable. Are you keeping yourself accountable for everything that's happening in your life right now? That's not what could you be doing that could be causing this tough cycle to be still happening? Some people are stuck in loops and their same cycle over and over again, doing the same mistakes over and over again for this tough cycle to continue. Once you break that tough cycle, everything beautiful comes to end, but like that tough cycle is always going to continue cycling until you acknowledge the cycle for what it is. And then we have 8 of Fire, events moving at a fast pace, delays are over, many things are happening at once. So pretty much this goes hand in hand with your 2 of Air. Once you are able to acknowledge the cycle, because you know the result of it, it's going to be resolved pretty quickly. So I don't know when your guys' your next relationship is. but I kind of get the idea for some people. I mean, quite literally, this card says that many things are happening at once and the delays are over. So I kind of get the impression that once this cycle is addressed and acknowledged, it's going to be taken care of pretty quickly. So it's really kind of a matter of, when do you want this to be taken care of? When are you ready to stop dealing with the storyline? And some people are addicted to the storyline. It's more comfortable to continue that cycle because that's what you know. Acknowledge these cycles, things start rolling. The ball gets rolling. So you have to keep in mind, I feel like for some people, y'all have been in the same cycle for a little bit now, so things have been waiting, the energies have been waiting, your guides have been waiting for you to finally make the move. And once you finally make that move, that's when things really start taking off for you guys. So that's really exciting. And kind of like, you guys get the benefit of knowing what, like, the promise at the end of the tunnel. Everyone else doesn't even know like what to expect at the end of the tunnel, but you guys already know. The ones that click this video, you already know. It's just like, oh, I already know what to expect, and that makes it a lot easier for you to be like, it makes it a lot easier to deal with the situation, to persevere, because you're gonna be able to, once you persevere, you're gonna be rewarded tenfold, right? And then for your guys' last card, we have Queen of Air. And Queen of Air says objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serve you, and seeing the humor in a situation. So this, again, like this card talks about, it's just like clearing away the cycles that no longer serve you, clearing away the people that no longer serve you, clearing away the habits that no longer serve you. This is really, for you guys, this is really about just clearing away clearing away the stresses in your life so that you're able to welcome in the new. This is really about a cleansing. This is a cleansing time for you guys. This is a time for you guys to really welcome in new energy, new experiences. But the only way that you can welcome in these new experiences and stuff is if you make space for these new experiences to happen. So make some space. Put the final chapter, close the book to this last chapter, and start a new book. Move on. Some people, I feel like for some people, you guys have to, like, your lives are gonna, during this tough cycle, I feel like this tough cycle for some of you guys is like a pretty big tough cycle in terms of like, even like up and move, changing places changing your environment, changing, a big change in some sort. So whether this is like your environment or your way of thinking, or like a job perhaps, or like a, what it is, I get like a big change of some sort for you guys. But overall, this is very wonderful for you guys in the whole grand scheme of things. It may sound scary and overwhelming for you guys at first, but you're getting promised a lot. You're getting promised a treasure at the end of the tunnel. You're getting told what you're working for. You get to see what you're working for, basically. So yeah, that's a pretty positive reading for you guys, although it is unexpected. I definitely did not anticipate telling people initially in a pick a card that I didn't see relationship for them, but it all made sense once I saw once we got into it, of why I wasn't able to see the specific details. So basically, it's up to you and like how accountable you keep yourself on the progress that you make in life for when your next relationship happens. Once you start taking action on your life and start clearing away things that no longer serve you, things are going to start working out. Things are going to start happening quickly and start working out in your favor. So if you want action, if you feel like things are not happening soon enough for you, consider what you could be doing, basically. But yeah, that's all what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for those who stayed with me for this entire reading. I know it was a little bit rocky at first, and with the messages that I firstly had for you guys, but I appreciate you guys so much. Let me know what resonated with you, and if this did resonate with you, please like and subscribe. And I also offer personal readings if you want me to do, if we can do more in-depth one-on-one. I offer that. I'll leave all that information down in the description box. I also have a personal email. Well, it's not personal, but like I post it for you guys so we can talk one-on-one, because I really enjoy connecting with you guys. But also you can even connect with me in the comments below. You can connect with the other community. We have a wonderful community here. So yeah, talk to me. Let me know what card resonated with you, or what analogy, or like what situation it is that you're going through, you know? But yeah, I can't wait to hear from you guys. I love you guys so much, and I hope this reading brought some clarity to you and excitement to you guys. Bye, guys.